Okay. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanao Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Harihi Om. So we start with the second Mundaka, second Khanda. In the first Mundak, Bhashyakar alone will say, I think, but in the first Mundak, it was shown how everything is this Purushaha. The whole creation is nothing but this Purushaha. That is how it ended. Now, the second Khanda starts with again unfolding this Purushaha. So, Sangati is given. Arupam sad aksharam kena prakarena vignayam iti uchyate. So the question is, this aksharam is what? Formless, which is sat, existent. It's not that because it is formless, it doesn't exist. This aksharam, which is formless and it does exist, in what manner should we know that aksharam? If this question is there, then the Shruti further says this mantra. What is it? Avisannitam. Okay, I have forgotten the the tune. Avisannihitam guhacharam nama महत्पदम् अत्र एतत् समर्पितम् एजत् प्राणत् निमिषच्च यदेजज्जानथ सदसत्वरेण्यं परं विज्ञानात् यद् वरिष्ठं प्रजानाम्. This is not the way Swamiji has chanted, but for now we will just take it as is. I will post the chanting by Swamiji. So we already did during our beginners. So now,
okay. Are you sharing the documents, right? Shankar Bhashya,
yeah.
we have open. I cannot see it, so I had to go back and come back.
You are not able to see. Everybody else is able to
I
see.
am able to see you. I am not able to see the.
Yeah,
The
I'm able to
document.
see. I'm able to see the document.
Yeah, Bhavna ji, it may be your
Yeah, so I'll go and
device.
come back. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Avihi of the mantra is explained first. What is Avihi? Avihi is Prakasham, light or illumination. Then Sannihitam. This word is being explained as Vag Adi Upadibhihi ज्वलति ब्राजति इति श्रुत्यन्तरात् शब्दादीन् उपलभमानवत् avabhasate. In this, let me share the document instead. So, okay, you can see this Word document, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, first of all, before even going into the Bhashya, let us look at the main meaning. Avihi sannihitam guhacharam nama mahatpadam atra etat samarpitam. That which is avihi, self-effulgent, sannihitam, placed in the heart, mahatpadam, that which is great as well as the goal. Mahat, great, padam, as well as the goal. All of this is samarpitam, etat samarpitam, is fixed upon that Brahman. This Guhacharam Nama I haven't translated here. Should be somewhere. Which is placed in the heart known as the Guhachara. That's how we can do. But for the translation of the mantra, we can do that. So that which is self-effulgent, placed in the heart, namely the Guhacharam, where Guhacharam, and which is great as well as the goal. All of this is fixed upon that Brahman. What is that Brahman, or what is that Aksharam? Then further in the second line it says Ejat Pranat Nimishatcha Yat. So Yat, that which Ejat, which moves, Pranat means which breathes, Nimishat, which wings, all have their being in Brahman. Etat Janatha. O disciples, Janatha. So Janatha is the Shruti is talking to the audience, to the Shishya. O disciples, may you know all this, that this Brahman is Sat, Asat, Varenyam, is Sat and Asat. That which is adorable, Varenyam, that which is adorable. Param Vignanat Yad Varishtam Prajana, which is beyond the knowledge of the living beings. It is most exalted, Varishtam, it is most exalted, Param Vignanat. So that was which is beyond the knowledge of the living beings. It is most exalted. May you know this Brahman, which is such. So then moving on to the Bhashya, Avihi, so up till here we did, Uchyate till that we did, then Avihi of the mantra is taken and explained as Prakasham, illumination. Then Sannihitam of the Bhashya, of the mantra is explained by the Bhashyakara as Vag Adi Upadhivihi, that which is Jwalati. So the verb here is Jwalati Brajati, that which shines through the Upadhi of Vag Adi, through the speech and all these sense organs. So basically that which functions through all these sense organs, that is how it is Sannihitam. How is this Avihi? How is this Prakasham? How is this self-effulgent? How is this consciousness Sannihitam placed in the heart? Because this consciousness is constantly experienced through our sense organs. It is constantly as though functioning through our sense organs, and in that manner the consciousness is Jwalati. It constantly is shining. Rajati, Jwalati, in the same meaning. It is shining. It shines or appears or functions through the various upadhi, beginning from speech. We all know what upadhi is, right? Do I need to explain it? Upadhi?
Mind body sense complex.
So upadhi, yes, that is right. But upadhi is a technical term, that which remaining in close proximity of something else, which projects its dharma, projects its characteristics upon the other, like that crystal and the flower. The crystal is colorless and the flower is red color. So how red color becomes the upadhi for the crystal? Because the redness of that flower is projected upon this crystal. So anything which projects its characteristics upon the other, that is called upadhi. And in that sense, all our sense organs as though are uh, projecting its characteristics, its functions upon this self, upon this avihi, upon this akshara, upon this Brahman, and in that manner it is called Upadhi. So that's a technical term we all should remember. Okay, so it functions this. Why is it Sannihitam? Because it is constantly functioning through this Upadhi of our non-self or our sense organs. So, Vag Adi Upadhivihi Jwalati Brajati. It functions through the Upadhi of the sense organs, beginning with speech. Iti Shruti Antara. This is also said in another Shruti. Then further it says Shabdadin Upalabhamanavat Avabhasate. The Shabda etc. Are Avabhasate. Brahman appears as though the one perceiving the senses, beginning with sound, etc. So Upalabhamana is perceiving. Upalabha is perceiving. Upalabhamana is the one who is perceiving. Upalabhamanavat is like the one who is perceiving. So Brahman avabhasate. How does the Brahman appear? It appears as though the one who is perceiving. Perceiving what? Shabdadin. As though the one perceiving the sound and other sense objects, the respective sense objects. Then further, Darshana, Shravana, Manana, Vijnanadi, Upadhi Dharmaihi Avirbhutam San Lakshate Rudi Sarva Praninam. So, what happens? In the heart, Rudi, in the heart, Sarva Praninam, in the heart of all the living beings, Avirbhutan San, this Brahman is manifesting. How? Darshana, Shravana, Manana, Vijnanadi, seeing, hearing, thinking, knowing, by the attributes, dharmaihi, by the attributes of the upadhi in the form of this seeing, hearing, thinking, knowing. So thinking, hearing, knowing is the attributes of what? Upadhi. And by this attributes, the Brahman is as though manifesting. Where? In the heart of all living beings. So that's being done. We can move on to the next sentence. Then Bhashyakara says, Yat etat avirbhutam brahma sannihitam, meaning samyak sthitam, where Ridi, where it is sannihitam? In the Rudi, in the heart. Tat guhacharam nama. Then again guhacharam nama is being expounded. Guhayam charati iti guhacharam. Iti darshana shravana adi prakaraihi guhacharam iti prakhyatam. What is that sentence? So yat etat, that which avirbhutam, that which manifests as etad brahman. Yat avirbhutam, that which manifests, how? Etad brahman, as this brahman, sannihitam, which is placed within the heart. Sannihitam samyak sthitam rudi, which is very well placed. I should samyak sthitam. So I should actually say it is well placed within the heart. Tat guhacharam. That is tat guhacharam prakhyatam. That is tat guhacharam nama prakhyatam. That is well known by the name guhacharam. Now, what does this name guhacharam mean? So, Bhashyakara is explaining the one that is guhayam charati, the one that which moves within the guha means cave. that which moves within the cave. So literal translation is that which moves within the cave. But we know that this cave is, earlier it was said, Riddhi is the cave of the heart. So that which moves within the cave of the heart, that is called Guhacharam. Now, how does it move within the cave of the heart? That is being explained. How? Darshana, Shravana, Adi, Prakaraihi. Through the various functions, including seeing, hearing, or beginning with, I can say, beginning with seeing, hearing, and all this different manner, the one that is constantly moving within the cave of the heart. And in that manner, this Brahman also gets this name, Guhacharam. It is constantly moving in the cave of the heart. Further, Mahat Padam, it is said to be Mahat Padam. So that Mahat Padam word is being explained. Just reminding you how the Bhashyakara goes is, first the mantra, all the words are being explained, then the concept is further expounded. So we are seeing how Bhashyakara is touching on each word and explaining. Just reminding all of you. So sometimes when he is explaining those words, the sentences grammatically may not be complete. He's just touching on a word, explaining it in a phrase, and then moving on. But for simplicity, I may have, or when I am explaining, or when Swamiji is explaining, he may explain it in a sentence form. Mahat. So Mahat Padam, Brahman is said to be Mahat Padam. So Mahat is said to be, Mahat is expounded as what? Why is it called Mahat? Sarva Mahatvat. It is greatest among all. Therefore, it is said Mahat. And then Padam, why is it called Padam? Padyate Sarvena Iti. That which is attained by all, or which everyone wants to attain. Or uh, सर्व पदार्थ आस्पदत्वात्. Sorry, आस्पदत्वात्. Twat is, whenever this twat you see, it is a hetu, it is the cause, it is the reason why something is like this. So why is it called padam? Because it is aspada. So because it is the support of all, therefore it is called Padam. Further, so this was the literal meaning, and then further Bhashyakara touches on Katham tat mahat padam iti uchyate. How is that greatest goal? If this is the question, then it is said. What is said? Yataha atra, atra meaning asmin brahmani. Okay. यतः अत्र अस्मिन् ब्रह्मणि एतत् सर्वं समर्पितं, मीनिंग संप्रवेशितं, रथनाभौ इव अराहा, एजत् चलत् पक्षी आदि, प्राणत मीनिंग प्राणिति इति, प्राण अपान आदिमत मनुष्य पशु आदि. Then निमिषत च, यत निमेष आदि क्रियावत, यत च अनिमिषत च शब्दात समस्त एतत् अत्र एव ब्रह्मणि समर्पितम्. So yatah means because in this Brahman, yatah etat brahmani, because in this Brahman, atra asmin, asmin brahmani, because in this Brahman sarvam samarpitam, all this is fixed. So samarpitam meaning what? Sampraveshitam, very well entered, not just praveshitam, very well entered. Sam means samyak, meaning very well. So because all of this is fixed or entered very well, where in Brahman, how Ratha Nabhav Iva Araha. Just like the Araha, meaning the spokes, enter or are fixed in the hub of a chariot. So you have the wheel chariot or the wheel of the chariot. You have a wheel, and how the spokes of the wheel of even your car are fixed in the center in the hub. So also these all these are fixed in the Brahman. And what is that all this that is being further explained? What is that Ajat? The beings who move, what are that? Ajat meaning Chalat. The beings who move. What are that? Pakshi Adi. Those beings beginning, Adi meaning beginning, beginning from birds or beginning with birds. Then Pranat, those who breathe. Praniti iti pranat. Those who breathe. What are they? Prana, apana, adimat. Those possessed of all the physiological functions, namely breathing, exhaling, etc. Those possessed of all these functions, who are they? Manushya, Pashu, Adi, the living beings, beginning with human beings, animals, and others. And further, Nimishat, Cha, and those who wink their eyes, and by cha, the word cha, and we should understand what yet. So nimishat first of all is explained as nimesh adi kriyavat, those possessing of these functions of winking, and by cha shabda we should also understand yet cha animishat, those who cannot wink. So those possessed of functions beginning from closing the eyes, and those who do not have these functions. Uh, so all these living beings are included or are fixed in this Brahman. Cha shabdat samastam etat atra eva brahmani samarpitam. By the word and, cha means and, those who do not have the capacity to close the eyelids, all this also is, or those who do not have the capacity to close the eyelids should be understood. And etat atra eva brahmani samarpitam. And all this, whatever has been said, ejat, pranat, nimishat, and animishat, all this is fixed in this Brahman alone, or Brahman only, or Brahman is the very substratum upon which all this is functioning. Further said, etat yat aspadam sarvam janath he shishyaha avagaccha tat atmabhutam bhavatam sat asat swarupam sat asatoho मूर्त अमूर्तयोः स्थूल सूक्ष्मयोः tat vyatirekena abhavat. So, Shruti is saying, or Guruji is saying, He Shishyaha, O disciples, Janatha, may you know this. May you know what? Etat yat sarvam aspadam. All this which is which has Brahman as the abode, etat sarvam, all this which has Brahman as that abode. So yat we have to take it as which has Brahman as the aspadam, as the abode. Then what kind of Brahman? Which is Sat, Asat. Then what is that Sat, Asat? Sat, asat swarupam, which is of the nature of sat and asat. Meaning what? What is sat here? What is asat here? Swamiji explained it as cause and effect. Be careful that many of the words will have different meaning in different contexts. So normally we are used to understanding sat as existence, asat as non-existence or mithya. But here in this context, um, these words sat and asat are taken to be, are interpreted, are coined. So the language of the Bhashya of the Shruti will be coining the terms. So the words that we know, Shruti will coin it so that it will try to make us understand that whatever it wants to convey. So here Sat is taken as, the meaning of Sat is cause and Asat is effect. So this cause and effect um, in the so of the nature of cause and effect, uh, Sat Asatoho. Uh, okay. Then Murta Amurta Yoho. Then again, of the nature of gross and subtle, and sorry, Amurta or Amurta Yoho is of the nature of form and formless, and Sthula Sukshma Yoho of the nature of gross and subtle. Here it is not even mentioned as the nature of. So that which is both form and formless, that which is both gross and subtle, and that which is of the nature of cause as well as effect. So what is appearing as the cause is also Brahman, what is appearing as the effect is also nothing but Brahman. That is what it wants to say. All of this which has Brahman as the abode, of the Brahman which is of the nature of both Sat and Asat, cause and effect, may you all know that how as the very self, tad vyatirekena abhavat, avagaccha, O Shishya, avagaccha, may you all know that how tat atmabhutam bhavatam, may you bhavatam, uh, um, may you all know that as your very self. May you know that Brahman, which is of the nature of cause and effect, which is both form and formless, which is both gross and subtle. May you know that as the Atma Bhutam, as the very self. Why? Why is it so? Because this tad vyatirekena abhavat is the hetu. Why is Brahman the aspadam for all that is said? What is that? The murta, amurta, form and formless, gross and subtle, then cause and effect. Why is Brahman the abode for all of this? Because if Brahman is not there, then all of this would not exist, or without this Brahman, all of this cause, effect, gross and subtle, form and formless, would not exist. Meaning the existence that appears to be there in all these is because of Brahman. Therefore Brahman is the abode of all this. Further, it is said, Varaniyam, Tadeva hi sarvasya nityatvat hetu prarthaniyam param vyatiriktam vignanat prajanam iti vyavahitena sambandhah yat laukika vignana agocharam ityarthah. So Varenyam, that word Varenyam is explained as Varaniyam, adorable, which should be worshipped. Tad evahi sarvasya nityatvat prarthaniyam. Why is it adorable, worshipable? Because that Brahman alone, tad eva, that tad means Brahman, eva, that alone, indeed, he is indeed, that alone is indeed, prarthaniyam, is worshipped or is indeed worthy of worship, uh, sarvasya, by everyone, nityatvat. So, of everything or sarvasya, actually, sarvasya means of everything. So, Varenyam is adorable, and that is explained why it is adorable. Sarvasya, of everything, that Brahman alone, tad eva hi prarthaniyam. That Brahman alone is indeed worthy of worship. Param, param word of the Shruti is explained as Vyatiriktam. Okay, sorry, I didn't explain this Nityatvat. The Nityatvat, why should it be? Why is Brahman indeed worthy of worship by of everything? Because that alone is the Nitya Vastu, being ever present, or that alone being the Nitya Vastu, or that alone which is the essential truth, absolute truth. Therefore, that alone is worthy of worship. Param is explained as Vyatiriktam, separate, different.
What does Varenyam mean here?
Varenyam means adorable. Adorable.
Where is it
Varenyam
saying
means
it's
adorable.
worthy of worship?
Varaniyam, worthy of worship. Varan, Varaniyam, that which for that which one should select. Varaniyam is so going Sanskrit to Sanskrit meaning Varaniyam is that which should be chosen. Varenyam is that which should be like Swayamvara. So you choose. So that which should be chosen. Why it should be chosen? Because that alone is worthy of worship, because that alone being the absolute truth or nityatvat, being ever present. That alone remains unchanging.
Where is the worship word here?
Worship,
Bhasya.
prarthaniyam.
Okay.
Prarthaniyam.
Okay.
Prarthaniyam is worthy of worship.
Okay.
So, param is Vyatiriktam, Vignanat, Prajanam, iti Vyavahitena Sambandha. So, that we have to take first. So, it is different. So, again, because the sentence is not complete, so we are making it into a sentence.
Pushtichi, can you move a little bit your thing up so we can see where you are?
You're not able to see it? Okay.
No, I can see Varenium. After that, I cannot see the line further down.
Now you're able to see?
No, that's okay. Don't worry. I'll make you small, maybe. That's okay.
Me too. Only until then we're seeing. Think scroll down.
You're still not able to see? Okay. Now you're able to see?
No,
Nothing.
that's
It didn't
okay.
move at all.
It doesn't move at all, so that's okay. Don't worry.
Whoa. Why is it freezing then?
That's okay.
I don't know. That's okay. Just go ahead. Sorry.
There's only 2 more lines left. I can see it in our version, local text. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah, it is supposed to show.
That's okay. Don't worry. Go ahead.
So, param vyatiriktam vijnanat prajanam iti vyavahitena sambandha. So, it is different from whatever people know, because it is that which cannot be known as an object. by people. So this I have just translated without going word to word grammatically. Yat laukika vignana agocharam ityartha. That which is beyond or beyond the reach of the laukika vignana, meaning that which is beyond what is ordinarily termed as knowledge. And what is that? Anything that becomes object of our knowledge, that we consider as knowledge. So when we perceive something through our sense organs and we come to know about it, or even if it is by our smruti, by our memory, and then we recognize something, that is what we call knowledge. So this is different from that. So it is different from whatever people know, and it is that which cannot be known as an object by people. Param Vyatiriktam Vijnanat Prajanam, of the people. So anyways, this is how it is translated. It is a little bit complicated because grammatically we are not able to complete the sentence.
Is it basically saying Brahman is not an object of knowledge?
Sorry, I lost your voice.
Is it saying basically Brahman is not an object of knowledge?
It is not an object of knowledge, meaning it is not to be known as an object. It is not to be known as this. So that is what it is trying to say. So it cannot be known as our regular lokic ways of knowing, as our regular ways of knowing. It is not available for knowing in that manner.
It cannot be acquired through the sense organs.
Yeah. So then, for going further, going further, yet varishtam. So in that sentence, I haven't made the translation word to word, but it becomes very complicated sometimes if we translate it word to word. So I've just given the meaning in this one, param vijnanat prajana. Because if I start to translate vyavahitena and sambandha, the English becomes very complicated. So the essence is this, that it cannot be, it is laukika vijnana agocharam. But the word of the Shruti is param vijnanat. So that is the hetu, that becomes a hetu. Param vijnanat prajanam, of these living beings, of all these, of all the people, this Brahman is the param vijnana, is the, uh, is the, is what kind of knowledge? It's not the laukik vijnana, it is param vijnana. It is, and why is it param vijnana? Because it is laukika vijnana agocharam. Because it cannot be, it's not the same knowledge, or it cannot be reached as as uh, as the ordinary knowledge is known through the sense organs. So that way you can try to understand. Little bit closer than what I have translated, but then yat varishtam varatamam sarva padartheshu vareshu. Let us take that part first. So yat varishtam of the mantra is explained as varatamam sarva padartheshu, among all the objects, vareshu. So that that is the most exalted, yat varishtam varatamam means that is the most exalted, sarva padartheshu, among all the objects. Vareshu, meaning among all the desirable objects, desirable things. Again, vara, that same shabda, same word appeared, vara. Tat tadhyekam means tad he ekam. What is this tadhyekam? Tad hi ekam Brahma atishayena varam sarva dosha rahitatvat. Again, tvat. So the reason is given. That alone is this Brahman. That alone is indeed that alone is atishayena varam. That Brahman, I should say, that Brahman alone is indeed extremely exalted, or very much is exalted, or most exalted. That alone is most exalted. Why? Sarvadosha rahitatvat, being devoid of all the defects. Then, so we complete the first mantra. That's an accomplishment. Okay, so then the second mantra is saying, so what is all this we remember? In all this Sanskrit, we should not forget what the Shruti is trying to do. The Shruti is just giving us ways of contemplating upon our nature, which is consciousness, which is avihi. So the whole thing is we can contemplate the second Mundaka as how I am the very avihi, I am the very consciousness in which all of these functions are being fixed. So that we can remember, that we can contemplate, that is for Mananam. So the whole thing, we have to just focus that I am the self-effulgent, and the whole mantra goes, we contemplate on it. We sit with it for a while and dwell on it. So the first mantra gives the does the Tvampada Shodhana. So it helps us in unfolding the nature of ourselves, the Atma. Now the second Padam is kind of doing Tat Pada Shodhanam, meaning it is unfolding the nature of Brahman. That is what we can say. Okay, we need not stick to it, but we can say that. So Yad Archimat. One second. Okay. So Yad Archimat Yad Anubhu. Yad Archimat Yad Anubhyah Anucha Yasmin Loka Nihita Lokinasya Tadetadaksharam Brahma Sapranah Tadu Vangmanah Tadetat Satyam Tadamrutam Tad Vedhavyam Somya Vidhi. So in this second mantra, the Shruti tells us, the Shruti prescribes that we should pierce this Brahman, we should penetrate this Brahman, we should make Brahman as the target and become one. Enter meaning we should become one with this Brahman, meaning we should recognize the oneness of between ourselves and this Brahman. That is what the Shruti wants to say. And then how that will be said subsequently through the other mantras. But let us look at the translation of this first. So, Yat Archimat, that which is shining, Yat Anubhyaha, which is subtler than the Yat Anubhyaha Anuhu, which is subtler than the subtlest. cha yasmin lokaha nihitaha lokinaha cha, in which all the worlds, lokaha, lokinaha, and the beings, those who are residing in the worlds, are nihitaha, placed or fixed. Placed also can be used. Tad etad aksharam brahma, that is this Brahman, that is this aksharam Brahman, that is this imperishable Brahman. Saha pranaha, and that Brahman is the pranaha, that aksharam is the pranam. Tad vangmanah, and that alone is the speech and mind. Tat etat satyam, that Brahman is etat satyam, is this truth. Tat, that Brahman is amrutam, is the immortal. Tat vidhavya Saumya vidhi. O Saumya, that Brahman should be penetrated, should be pierced. Vidhavya means pierced, meaning just like the arrow should pierce the target, in that manner Vedavya means pierce. And Shruti itself says the meaning of Vedavyam is Vidhi, may you know. O Saumya, so that Brahman should be penetrated, must become the one object of concentration or focus in our life. O Saumya, may you apply yourself totally to focus upon this Brahman. Or, okay, Vidhi, I've just kept it as not knowing, but just focusing. Okay, so entering the Bhashya, Kincha, moreover, Yat Archimat of the mantra is being explained. Yat Archimat, Archimat meaning Deeptimat, that which is Archimat, that which is possessed of this illumination. Tad Deeptya hi Aditya Adi Deepyate iti Deeptimat Brahma. Why is it called Deeptimat? Because Tad Deeptya, by its light alone, or by its light indeed, Aditya Adi, all the illuminaries beginning from Aditya, sun, you can account for stars and all the illuminaries, Deepyate, they shine because of this Brahman. Therefore, this Brahman is called Deeptimat, that which is possessed of illumination. So, moreover, that which possesses the shine, possessed of illumination, because by its light alone, sun and other illuminaries shine. Therefore, Brahman is called or said to be possessed of illumination. Further, Kincha yat anubhyah shyama api anucha sukshmam. Moreover, that Brahman is anubhyah anuhu, is subtler than the subtlest. That is explained as what is anubhyah? So shyama ka. I think it should be shyama ka. I have said shyama ka, but I think it should be shyama ka.
Yeah, it does say Shamaka.
Shyamaka, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be Shyamaka.
Shyamakadi Bhyopi. Yeah.
Shyamakadibhyo. But when you do the Sandhi, then there is a question whether I should do Shyamaka Adi or Shyamaka. So, but it should be Shyamaka. So, Shyamaka is the seed, like a very small seed, like, for the fruit of a people or a fig. If you open, how the seeds are very small,
like
very tiny, very
the
tiny.
poppy seed.
Yeah, or the poppy seeds, yes. So in that manner, which are very tiny. So that seeds, how tiny they are? Even tinier than that. Meaning The idea is that which is not available for our senses, to be seen. The idea is not that it is very sukshma, it is microscopic. The idea is that it is not available to be seen by the eyes. So, moreover, that which is also subtler than the subtlest, subtler than the seed of Shyamaka, so kincha yat anubhyah anuhu cha sukshma. Yeah, subtler than the subtlest. Anubhyah anuhu, and sukshma meaning sukshma meaning subtle, or we can say sukshma meaning not available for perception. Available for perceiving through the sense organs. That's what we should say. That's how we should understand. Then, च शब्दात् स्थूलेभ्यः अपि अतिशयेन स्थूलं पृथिव्यादिभ्यः. So, by the word end, shabdat, by this word, स्थूलेभ्यः api atishayena sthulam. So not only it is subtler than the subtlest, it is also grosser than the grossest. And what is gross? So pruthivyadibhyah. So beginning from gross things, beginning from earth, etc., or gross things like earth, etc. So Brahman is extremely gross. It is grosser than the gross things like earth, etc. Meaning it is not this concept that it is subtle. If it is not subtle, then is it gross? No. It is both free from the idea of gross and subtle. This avihi, this consciousness, how should I interpret it? How should I see it? Is it very subtle? Because I cannot see it. No, it is subtle in the manner it is sukshma. It is not available for our sense organs. And just because it is subtle doesn't mean it is gross. It is grosser than the grossest. It is subtler than the subtlest. So what is gross is also that, what is sukshma is also that, but that itself, that avihi itself, is subtler than the subtlest, grosser than the grossest. It's free from both of these ideas. Then, am I clear or is it confusing? Let me know
No.
whenever it is confusing. So then further it says Yasmin Lokaha, that is Yasmin Lokaha. What is this Lokaha? That is explained by Bhashyakar as Bhuhu Adayah. Bhuradayah meaning Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha. Earth, this Swarga and Antariksha, the intermediate space. That are considered here as Lokaha. And in fact, it is just said Bhuradayaha, but we need not confine it to just the 3 worlds. We can take account for all the 14 worlds. What are the 14 worlds? 7 down and 7 up. So there is one Manushya Loka, and then all the uh, all the manifestation of living beings, in which there is less happiness and more dukkham, are the lokas down, and where there is less dukkham, more sukham, are the lokas up till Brahma Loka or Vaikuntha. So those are the lokas. So Yasmin Lokaha, meaning all these 14 worlds, Nihitaha, meaning Sitaha, placed, Ye, that which is placed, in which these worlds beginning from earth and others are placed, Ye cha Lokinaha, and those dwelling in these worlds, Lokinaha means Loka Nivasinaha, those Nivasinaha dwelling in this Loka, in these worlds. What are they? Or who are they? Manushyadayaha, living beings beginning from living beings, from human beings and others. those dwelling in those worlds, beginning from human beings and others, nihitaha, are placed in whom ye stitaha, are placed in whom chaitanya ashrayaha hi sarve prasiddhaha. Because it is well known, he is in the sense of because here. So see, sometimes he word is used as indeed in the sense of indeed. Here it is in the sense of because. So because prasiddha, it is well known that all are supported or fixed Chaitanya Ashrayaha. All have their abode in consciousness. That is what we can say. All are supported by consciousness, all are fixed in consciousness, or all have abode in this Chaitanyam, in consciousness. Everything has their being in consciousness. That is also what we can say. Consciousness. Further, it is said, tad etat. Okay, so that Vashyakara alone is explaining tad etat sarva ashrayam. Tad etat sarva ashrayam. That alone is the abode of everything. And aksharam brahma, sub, that akshara brahman alone is the ashraya of everything. Saha pranaha, and that akshara brahman alone is the pranaha. That which is this aksharam, imperishable brahman, which is the support of everything, that brahman is the pranaha. Tadu vangmanaha, and that indeed is the speech and mind. Meaning, by speech and mind, what should we understand? Sarvani karanani, all the sense organs. You should include all the sense organs. And that alone is all the sense organs. Tadu antaha, and that is the tadu antaha chaitanyam. Antaha meaning innermost, in the sense innermost chaitanyam, consciousness. And that alone is this innermost consciousness. Why innermost? Meaning it is not the chaitanyam which is not tainted by all the anatma, all the non-self thing, that chaitanyam. The chaitanyam which is in pure form, just that illumination, that innermost consciousness is being talked about. Tadu, that Aksharam Brahman alone is the innermost consciousness. Chaitanya Ashrayaha hi Prana Indriya Adi Sarva Sanghatah iti Shrutyantarat. Why is it said Antaha Chaitanyam? Because that consciousness is the support or is the abode or is the being of the group, Sanghatah meaning group, Sarva, of all the prana, indriya, adi, of all the sense organs, beginning from prana and other indriyas and other sense organs. So because this consciousness is the support of the group of all the sense organs beginning from prana, as is said in another Shruti, which is Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, where it is said, this Brahman is pranasya pranam, it is the prana of even the prana. So that is why it is said innermost chaitanyam, innermost consciousness, which is the abode, chaitanyam, which is the abode of everything. That's how it is said. Okay, so the time is up, but how much is left? Okay, last sentence, so we can complete it. I don't know. Let us see. Yat pranadinam antah chaitanyam aksharam tad etat satyam avitatham atah amrutam avinashi tad vedavyam manasa tadayitavyam. So yat pranadinam antah chaitanyam aksharam, of that group of sense organs beginning from prana. Pranadina meaning of that group of sense organs beginning from prana, aksharam, this aksharam which is imperishable consciousness, is the antaha chaitanyam, is the innermost, most proximate consciousness, I should add, consciousness. And what is that? Tad etat satyam, that is this truth. What kind of truth? Avitatham, which does not change. That is this truth which does not change. Remember, we saw a lot of satyam up till now. But that satyam which was not absolute. Now we are talking about the satyam which is absolute, which does not change. Earlier also we saw the change. What? The karma. Karma was presented as the satyam. But that satyam was not in vyavhar. It happens. Yes, karma phala happens. But it does not remain unchanged. This satyam is avitatham, that which does not change. Ataha amrutam, because it does not change, therefore it is amrutam, immortal. Amrutam meaning avinashi, indestructible. Tat vedhavyam, manasa tadayitavyam. That Brahman must be penetrated. It must be contemplated by mind. Two more. तस्मिन् मनसः समाधानं कर्तव्यम् इत्यर्थः. So in that aksharam, tasmin meaning in that aksharam, manasah samadhanam kartavyam, concentration of the mind is to be done by all the seekers, by us. This is the meaning. Samadhanam meaning concentration, manasah of the mind. Yasmat evam, yasmat meaning because, evam, because this is so, therefore, hey Soumya, therefore, O disciple, vidhi, akshare chetah samadhatsva. May you focus your attention in this akshara, akshare, in this akshara, chetah. May you focus your mind, may you focus your attention in this akshara. May your mind vidhi penetrate this aksharam. Okay, so we will conclude here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Sorry, it is a snail
Hari Om.
pace.
That's okay. That's
Hari
okay.
Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.